In tonight's episode, we head into this very scary and mysterious pink mass in front of me as part of our latest exploration mission. We also meet a very special guest in Space Dock, a regular character from the Star Trek Next Generation universe. We continue Admiral Quinn's next mission by trying to stop some intergalactic robbers, and we experiment with a new outfit of weapons for our ship. So please join me for Star Trek Online, Episode 10. These are the adventures of Lieutenant TheAdiposeTV, and we are currently exploring the Arcanis Arm, and the mission is to explore 3 systems in here. Now, when I first arrived, it was completely, literally empty, so I've just started flying around and I've started seeing some anomalies in front of me, and some of them have opened up to reveal kind of like mini systems, and it looks like we're going to have a variety of different missions here to complete this exploration. We've got some lovely space effects again as usual, this one kind of very red, and this extra from World of Warcraft lives on this asteroid, and he's got a little computer system he needs to do some very, very vital tests on, and if his computer gets disturbed at all while he's doing these tests, months of work will be lost, so he needs us to make sure he has no power cuts and he's supplied with Doritos during the process. But shock horror, the Bantha Keeper from Star Wars is here to wreck things while he's doing experiments with his computer, so we will have to defend the base. Now, I haven't made the modifications to my ship yet because I just wanted to talk about very quickly my current kind of fighting style, and thank you so much to all of you guys that have given me ideas in the comment section. But basic fighting style at the moment is broadsiding. We're using phaser arrays, which will allow 2 shots from the side as I am kind of flying past something, and then as a shield gets weaker, goes to yellow or red, I quickly nip round and launch a torpedo or possibly 2 torpedoes, depending on whether I've got that ability available. And sometimes like this, when I've got one shield down, I tend to stop the ship completely so I can just literally fire hard into that exposed side, and occasionally using the maneuverability of the ship quickly to get to nip round and fire torpedoes into those exposed sides. That is essentially my current fighting strategy, and it seems to be working very, very well. You know, I'm not dying. It's allowing me to remain pretty well protected, and the other thing about broadsiding is that I can either fire from the right hand side or the left hand side, so if I start taking a pounding on one side, I can nip around to the other side, so it's working well. But lots of you guys have also been telling me to try a different style, and I'll be looking at that a little bit later. Now, mission number 2 in the Arcanis Arm, however you pronounce it, was to go to this asteroid field, which I think does look really, really nice, and scan some anomalies. Yep, 5 of them, all of them really far apart. Yeah, that was the mission. It wasn't fun. And I must say, one of the things about these asteroids is I think they look great, and I'm really enjoying flying around them and stuff, but I actually whacked one the other day, and it doesn't hurt. You literally just kind of bounce off. It doesn't cause any issues at all, which I think is possible. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's a little bit of a missed trick, because they can actually kind of make one of the aspects of the gameplay here, like navigation, you know, trying to fly around things, avoiding things when you're in ship combats, making sure you don't crash into things. But that doesn't actually seem to be part of the gameplay at all, which I thought was a real shame. You'll have to let me know if things actually change later. It might just be because I'm earlier in the game that it's all a little bit kind of like beginner and friendly. But at the moment, the asteroids don't seem to be causing me any kind of difficulty. Mission number 3 was aid the planet, and again I had to fly around in that big kind of blank area of space, trying to find some missions. And this guy here, who seems to be from an old black and white movie, needs some shield generators, which is a different style of mission, which is nice. I haven't seen something like that before, like a go and collect things. And after having a kind of little look around all the various options, I didn't have any shield generators, but what I did find, and I think I was vaguely aware of this one already, is that we've got an option in the inventory called Replicator, which allows you to create certain items that you've had before, like consumables basically, and it costs energy credits, and you can see here shield generators cost me 150. They're only worth 100, so I'm losing kind of 50 each time, so it is cheaper of course to find them or maybe buy them from other vendors, but I can actually just spend 1,500, which is a fair amount of my wealth, but It means I don't have to leave here and go searching. I can just create or replicate those 10 shield generators, give it to the man from the 1940s, and then hurrah! Explore the Arcanas arm is complete, and I can report back to Lieutenant Groll, the man with the beard, and he will say, "Good job, Lieutenant." But for now, let us head back to Space Dock, because I have someone I'd like you to meet. Here we are back on Earth's Space Dock, and we've got a little special guest here. A nice little bonus for the next few days is Q in Space Dock. So let's have a little chat with him. "Ah, mon capitaine, thank you for coming to lift me out of my doldrums. I thought about going to the Delta Quadrant to participate in a Terrestrian joining ceremony, but the morning after is always such a downer. But what would a party be without gifts? As a small symbol of my gratitude for how amusing you mere mortals can be, I give you this boon. Use it well. You don't have to get me anything in return, of course. I know how hard shopping for an omnipotent being can be. Q's gift grants you a boost that doubles your rewards of skill points and expertise for the next 4 hours. After the timer expires, you may return to Q for another gift." Well, I think that's pretty awesome, so we better get cracking on some missions then, and thank you very much, Q. Please don't put humanity back on trial anytime soon. As we're here, we'll have a little word with the actual Mon Capitaine. We have already explored the Acronis arm, but it looks like he wishes me to do it again. But I guess we can do that later. To boldly go, we need to contact Broker Hoser. Head to the western border in Sirius sector space and contact Lieutenant Groll to get your orders to explore the Delta Valanis star cluster. So we've got a whole bunch of missions there. And if we have a little look at the different missions that we have currently got, that was wrong. Sorry, if we have a look at the ones that we've got going. This war is good for business, I believe, is the kind of mission one we were currently on, which will give me some nice, cool little stuff to play with. The USS Shikara is experiencing intermittent power failures. There is little threat to the safety of the ship, but they do have a scientific team on board. So let's head back to the ship. So if we just head just a little bit more south to begin with, then that should hopefully take us to the right area, because we kind of don't want to end up warping across at the wrong point and to kind of repeat ourselves. Now, while we are travelling, I have had a little change of systems on the ship. Thanks to some of your guys' suggestions, as I'm flying an escort at the moment, some of you have suggested that I tweak my weapons setup. So I thought I'd try it for this particular few missions and see how we feel. Basically, what I've done is, rather than having weapons that fire from the sides and like kind of doing the broadsiding that we've been doing, when I kind of fire that way. If I just move that for a second, rather than kind of firing, say, over to the left-hand side or over to the right-hand side, I've changed it so we're now going to be firing forward, which has enabled me to use more powerful weapons, but obviously at the expense of a smaller kind of firing arc. So what I've done is I've replaced both 4 weapons with phaser dual cannons and a phaser cannon damage Mark II. So one of them's got a 45-degree targeting arc, but with a whopping 143 DPS, and one of them's got a 180-degree targeting arc with 128 DPS. So that one's going to have a fire slightly wider, but if I can get them right in front of me, that one will start blasting. I've also changed the aft one to a disruptor turret, which means that that's got a 360-degree targeting arc. It's not very powerful, but it does mean again that everything will be kind of firing forwards all at the same time. No torpedoes at the moment, but just more or less for a kind of a bit of an experiment, really. Okay, let's just get ourselves facing the right way. For a bit of an experiment, really, to see kind of what happens without the torpedoes. And let's get ourselves going the right way. South, south, south. I should now be able to set myself to the cellar system. There we go. Might even be able to set myself straight to the regular one, but we'll see. Yeah, so now I've got to have the enemies kind of right in front of me, and just everything will be kind of firing forward, but hopefully at a far higher damage. Now the disadvantages are going to be that my front shield, which I'm kind of is going to take more of a battering, so I'm going to have to do a lot more of kind of charging up those front shields and kind of swinging away when things get a bit more tricky. But hopefully it means I'll kind of be taking down things faster than I would have been otherwise. So thank you very much for those little tips, and we will definitely kind of be seeing how they go. The other thing I did is I deliberately picked 2 phaser types, because I've already got a cool little thing. If I go back to my ship, I've got one of my tactical consoles is plus 7.5 phaser damage. Now if I can get hold of another phaser aft weapon, just turret, I'll do that as well. But by having them both the same, I can use those to kind of power those up, which is going to be pretty useful for us. Now there's a big yellow thing coming up on the map here, so we must be heading to the right place. Let me just double check the instructions. Head to the Sellers system in the Sellers sector of the regular sector block, okay, which is going to be right here. Start war is good for business. Here we are. So brand new ship setup, brand new mission. Again, some lovely colours. And this particular bit of space, sensors show one ship in this system, Captain. That was really easy for me to say. It's the USS Chakakakakaka. And they are reporting intermittent failures of its starboard power coupling. Captain Tavana reports that they have powerful life support and weapons if needed, but that engines are offline. The Shikakaka was assisting a team of scientists who are taking readings of the anomalies in the system. Captain Tavana has requested we take their scientists on board and help them complete their task. Okay, we can do that. And then we need to scan nebula asteroid anomalies, which is obviously always fascinating. Wow, look at that asteroid. Hey, I take it back.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
We've entered a nebula, Captain. There are pockets of gas here that make using a full impulse unsafe. Okay, so I guess we're going at a normal, slightly slower speed. Oh, hang on, did I just... I thought I saw an enemy out of the corner of the map. Hang on, there is something. Look, it's... If I move the map like that, there's an enemy on my left at 20 kilometers away, but it's obviously too far away to see. Okay, well I can scan the anomaly. That's number 1. Does this not count as a nebula asteroid anomaly? There we go, scan anomaly. Don't warp through the asteroid! Oh dear, that would hurt. A double XP for all those kills and missions, of course. We shall deliver these lovely scientists to 114. I'm Commander Cleveland. I run ops here at Starbase 114. Thank you for helping the science team with their surveys. The USS Archer is waiting to take them to their next destination. Now that you're here, perhaps you could assist me. I've got a big mark on my face, and I'm not quite sure how it got there. My inventories show that 3 containers of chemosite are missing from the cargo bays. It's imperative they be found right away. Why on earth do you need me? You want me, a starship captain lieutenant chap, to find your missing stuff? Really? This is very beneath me. Hello, Commander Cleveland. No, I'm not particularly happy about being asked about this. Why don't you do it? Scan this thing. What's a chemicite? It's a chemical blah 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 blah. Purist blah blah blah. Did you see anything suspicious? A Ferengi. Excuse me, I'm looking for things that are suspicious. Have any of you seen suspicious things? Are you suspicious? Am I just randomly... is there something to scan here, or am I just supposed to walk around until I see something? Suspicious. Scan can't go by over 3. Okay, I'm scanning. Nope, nothing here. Nope, that's the turbo lift. Try again. In here. Scan cargo bay 02. A Ferengi code cracker. So it's all about racism again. Let's just go find some guy with big ears and go, it was you! It was you! There's guards on. What's this all this stuff about being short-handed? There's people all over the place. Mainly they're short with beards, but still. Right, now I'm standing in the absolutely specific right spot. It seems to be fine. Blah blah blah, continue it, blah 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 blah. No chemicide anywhere, be up to the ship. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so what's the plan, ma'am? Scan the cargo ships. Well, that's quite cool. So it looks like we've got, looking at the map, 4 cargo ships to fly around and explore and scan, which is a nice kind of variation from just kind of scanning anomalies to actually kind of scan moving ships. I think I was probably a little bit bitter in that previous mission. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind helping people at all, and I think it's all part of the character to kind of help other kind of space captains and stuff. I think maybe they could have written the plotline a little bit better, so it didn't feel so much like I can't really be bothered to do this, so why don't you just come and do my job? But anyway, I guess it all gives me kudos in the right places, you know, make all those admirals love me, and eventually one day they were like, hey, Addy, we'd like you to be an admiral too, and I'll go, oh, go on then, and they'll give me the best ship in the universe and my own planet. Anyway, how have we done? We've done 2 of them. So we shall scan over here. Another little nice space dock. I like the way that it kind of looks like a space dock, but it's not a space dock, but it's not nearly as kind of impressive as the Earth one. You know, there's definitely a hierarchy of space docks going on, and this one's fairly low on the list. The SS Luran. Actually, did I not do this one before? Can't you hurry up? I've got a schedule to keep. So have I. The Chandra. A little bit far away. All these cargo ships getting rather grumpy because they can't leave until I finish scanning them, or indeed until I crash into their side. See, that's what I'm talking about with the whole meteorite thing. I can just drive into that thing as much as I possible. It doesn't hurt me and it doesn't hurt him. And like, flying should be a part of this game. You know, it's a spaceship. Surely it's all about flying, and you can't just kind of say, "Oh, never mind." Then you collide with another ship. There should be some sort of, you know, shield flash and things. Anyway, sensors are picking up chemicite aboard the Nandi ship. Oh, we need to catch him. Fire! And he's accelerating away from me at a colossal rate. Well, so much for those new guns. Wow, he is really, really far away. Okay, I've put all power into the speed, and now I've stopped firing. I can go back to full impulse. Maybe I shouldn't have fired at him, because when you fire, you can't go into full impulse, so I kind of went into battle mode there. I don't know if I've kind of mugged that up, but wow, I'm really, really far behind. So come back, please. At least long range scanners, I guess, have got him, but I guess something's got to happen. I can't possibly catch this guy, so something's got to happen to help me catch up with him. Science officer, anything to say? Anything sensible? Okay, so we've chased him into a nebula, and where we have been attacked by a load of various different battleships. And this is going to be my first chance to really try out the new setup of guns. I'm going to put all power into the phasers. We're going to be flying directly towards them, of course, because now everything points forwards. And essentially the idea is going to be to destroy them before we reach them. So no kind of flying past them or kind of flying around them. You know, we need to take this thing down before we get there. So there we've got 3 different weapons, all firing at the same time forwards. I've got Tactical Alpha running here as well. 90%. Well, it's definitely taking down his shield very quickly. I'm going to pull down my speed so I don't reach him too soon. Ow! My front, and I thought my front shield is taking a bit of a battery, so as that gets lower, I'm going to have to remember to keep charging that back up. And there he goes. Well, that was pretty speedy, does have to be said. But perhaps I'm missing the torpedo a little bit. I mean, I do really like the idea of kind of taking that shield down and then launching those torpedoes in, which does more explicitly hull damage. But I guess as long as it's doing damage, I guess it doesn't really matter. That's the Nandy. That's the ship that we actually need to take. That actually stole the explosive stuff. So let's just try and disable him. But I do like the way that everything's kind of firing forward. In that it kind of feels like I can take things out from the distance a little bit more. Like I'm not getting nearly as many misses as I think I've kind of had in the past. And you can see that there's numbers going on. It's definitely making a big difference to his ship. In fact, I'm still 6 kilometers away, and he's down to 24% already. So, with a few more magic shots from my lovely Enterprise-style ship, the Nandy is disabled. So we'll scan that guy. The area is secured. The Namble is empty, sir. We need to beam down to the asteroid to go and get these dangerous particles back as we go past another advert for Season 8. Scanners are picking up 1 Ferengi deep into here. Okay, we shall fight our way past whatever resistance is here with my little away team. Still don't really understand why the captain always goes down on the away team. It seems to be rather silly, but okay. That just wouldn't be a very good game if you just go, whoa! He's very dead. I suppose it wouldn't be a very good game if all you did was sit in the ship and then wait for someone else to come home. Grenade! Double grenade, very nice. The scooter runs in. Now we have, as part of one of our rewards for another mission, actually got some more officers to choose from. So if anyone's got any suggestions about what type of officers make good officers, I think I had an option of a Klingon tactical officer. I will have a good look at them at some point. As we take down our second group of soldiers, a sniper in fact, using my nice little exploit attack, triple attack there, has taken some of them down already. These guys are starting to get through my shield a little bit better than they did before, so we're going to need an upgrade to that one fairly soon. But it looks like we're heading down, according to the map, into our first kind of storage area, so hopefully we'll start to find what we need. In fact, look, there's a glowing thing on top of the thing. And I guess that's what we need. We'll teleport that back to the ship. 1 down, 7 to go. And after searching around for a very long time, I found all of them except one, and it turned out it was here, in between a big load of other boxes, which I think was a little unfair, because you couldn't scan for it, you just had to kind of walk around and hunt, so they hid it. But anyway, we've completed all the objectives. We shall look slightly smug, beam everyone back to the ship, and know that we have saved the day. Yes, we have saved the day. But things are about to get even better, I believe, because with that little bit of additional double XP, thank you, Q, we should be able to turn in that mission, get some lovely stuff, huge amounts of skill points, good work for recovering the Ximomite.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
And I'm then level 10 Lieutenant Commander, which means now, I think, according to what I've read, I can now use Mark 3 and Mark 4 4 upgrades. Admiral Quinn messages me straight back to say, "Congratulations, Adipose. You've proven yourself to be worthy. Return to Earth Space Dock. I would like to formally recognize your wonderful good-lookingness, maybe stroke you a little bit, and you will receive a new ship," he says. Now, I'm quite excited by this, but I'm also a little bit sad because I really like my ship. My ship's cool. But we'll transwarp back to Earth Space Dock, so I'm assuming then that means the future missions, this ship just won't be powerful enough. But still, this is the first time I think I've kind of reached a proper like next step in the game. So if I've now got a complete access to new upgrades, new ships, new abilities, and potentially other tactical officers and stuff, or not just so bridge officers. Let's get my vocab correctly. See, there's something else that I drove into, and it didn't hurt. I mean, maybe it doesn't hurt because I keep driving into things, and that's exactly why they decided not to do it. But I think it should hurt. I mean, maybe like if it's player-on-player whacking or something, they could have like some sort of damage limitation just in case, you know, there'd be that guy that just went around driving into everyone. But especially static objects or enemies, you know, there should be a big like type thing, and then, you know, your shields get damaged, bit of a hull stuff, you know, maybe some guy flying out into space. I don't ask for much, you know, just a little bit. Right, let's go and see the Admiral and be like, "Hey, remember me? I'm Lieutenant T-Pose. Wait, sorry, got that wrong. Lieutenant Commander Pose. Nice fish. Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander. I'm extremely pleased by your progress. Speak to Lieutenant Laurel as a requisition a new starship. Gold members, you've paid loads of money, which means we give you just a little bit more. And a free costume change." I'm not sure if I've reached the costume changing part yet. I like my Enterprise stuff, but I do like the Wrath of Khan thing. Maybe when we start to get towards Admiral or something, we'll put on a Kirk-style Admiral uniform to show our importance, as that guy turns into a small blob and crawls off. That was different. Right, ship requisitions over here, which I must admit I haven't actually spent a lot of time in, because I spent just a little bit of money in the C-store to get my Enterprise replica, and haven't really looked back, but I wasn't vaguely aware. I mean, it is a lovely little star dock there out on the left. "Hello, Lieutenant Laurel. Nice hair. Are you available later? Maybe we could talk about some ships. I want to look at all the big list of things and then get a new starship, please. Browse selection. Constitution cruiser. Light escort. Light science vessel. Oh, there's going to be a lot of ships here. I am assuming that they aren't all going to be free, because that would seem to be a little excessive. So let's go to the ones that my new Lieutenant Commander. Oh, there you go. Price 1, you have 1. So there we go. So I've got 1 free ship, science vessel refit, cruiser refit, and various different ones there. I'm going to have a good look at these, all of the different options in terms of foreweapons, after weapons, bridge officer stations, all that kind of stuff. But I would love your input. If you've played this game before, I would love a bit of suggestions, or indeed if you haven't played the game before and you'd just like to see, you know, some different kind of stuff, let me know what you'd be interested in seeing as a new ship for Lieutenant Commander Addy T-Pose. Thank you very much for joining me on this little excursion. If you've enjoyed it, please give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.